Hello, the GotAUkulele reviews are coming thick and fast now, and I've been really looking forward to doing this one because it's a luthier built instrument, and it's an instrument from a luthier called Rob Collins of Tinguitar, Hebden Bridge, Yorkshire in the UK. Now I've featured Tinguitar before because Rob built this for me. This is my custom solid body tenor, which I absolutely adore, and I spec that custom with him, but we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about this one, which is a reclaimed Mahogany Soprano. Now, luthier built instruments, people tend to think, oh, I could never afford one of those, but do listen on because I think you may be surprised. Now, most of what Rob does, he does custom order, so you work with him like I did with that one, and you specify the woods and the design, and he'll build it to order. But what he also does in the background, in his sort of spare patches, is he builds what I suppose you could call off-the-peg Tinguitar, same quality standards, but he basically does it as a showcase of what he does, and quite often those are standard little sopranos, not a lot of money, and he puts them up for sale. And he put a few up recently, and I saw one just by looking at the images of it, and I thought, I've got to have that. I mean, I'm really pleased with my Rob Collins solids, so I knew it was going to be a decent quality instrument, and that is this one. Now, this is made from all solid reclaimed mahogany. Now, a couple of points on that. This is solid Brazilian mahogany. Now, Brazilian mahogany has been illegal to use to log and use for some time due to protection of the rainforest. So how does Rob get away with that? Well, he does it because, as I say, this is reclaimed mahogany. What he does is occasionally get scrap wood that otherwise would go off to a waste-to-energy plant and get shredded, and he salvages it. And the woods that are in this are from old stair treads and office doors from salvage. He puts it through his machine that turns it into tone wood, really thin tone wood, and then you have instant vintage Brazilian mahogany. Now, Brazilian mahogany, it's mahogany like others, but from Brazil, and is considered to be the superior choice for stringed instruments. But if you buy a mahogany instrument today made from one of the main brands, Carla or whoever, it will not be Brazilian mahogany because they're not allowed to use it. But by using reclaimed wood, it's already been logged, it was something else, it was from the 1950s, 1960s, it was in some stairs. You're getting Brazilian mahogany, and I really like that neat eco story. So we've got vintage mahogany, Brazilian mahogany from the 50s, and the reason I wanted to get it was just look at it. I mean, it is deep and orangey. I mean, the lighting in here is not great, but it just changes in the look at how it changes in the light. And I saw the pictures of this and thought it was beautiful enough, and it wasn't until I opened the package that I realised it's even more beautiful than I can imagine. Solid one-piece Brazilian mahogany top, two-piece Brazilian mahogany sides, one-piece very slightly arched Brazilian mahogany back, and it's finished in a true oil coat that Rob sands back with microfiber mesh, and it kind of makes it feel like it's aged. It's like I've owned it for years. It's really tactile. Not glossy, but not rough, really smooth, better quality finish than the Martin S1, much better quality, and just better construction. It's just everything is so neat and precise. Those joints around the top and the back are really precise and sharp and nice, super thin tone woods, as you can see. And the only decoration, I don't like bling, the only decoration is that ebony binding around the top, which is kind of just enough decoration for me. We've got Martin style ebony slotted bridge with a Corian saddle. That's a stone substitute, and it's just really neatly put together. Nice scalloped bracing, kerfings inside there. Smells good too. Nothing I don't like about the body, just really well made, really, really well put together. The neck, I often talk about necks being made of different pieces of wood because they're usually jointed down here. This is made of 3 pieces of wood, but along its length. And what Rob's done is it's all mahogany, but that central piece, so you've got a sandwich of 3 pieces, is actually a very slightly different colour mahogany. So what it gives it is a really subtle, sometimes you can't even see it, stripe that runs all the way up through the headstock and is visible on the front of the headstock as well. I really, really like that. Topping it, ebony fingerboard, really good condition with a bit of shaping at the end there. 12 tiny nickel silver frets to the body and 14 in total. No outward facing fret markers, very minimalist, and only one on the side. Now that isn't a norm for Tinguitar, it's just this is the way Rob made this one. And I quite like that actually. Really nicely dressed. Nut width is a bit narrower than I'd normally want, that's 34mm. I'd like them a bit fatter, but there we are. I like the Tinguitar headstock shape because of this here. It means that there's lots of room for the low position chords. You're not bumping into the tuners. I hate big headstocks that do that. And the tuners are Grover 6 series. I've been looking forward to trying these. They are a more lightweight version of the 4s, but they're said to hold just as well, and they do. They move really smoothly, they don't stick. And finally, completing the package are Rob's choice of strings, which are Siguar Blue Label Fishing Line Fluorocarbon. I use them. And I use that because Rob advised me about that. That's what he uses, so they're my string choice anyway. Now here's the thing. I said some people say, well, I can't have a luthier instrument. They're too expensive. This came in at $325, and this is one of his more decorated models because of that binding and the use of ebony. His on-spec models, I've seen them go lower than this, just under 300 quid for solid sapele, but the same quality standard. Now let's just put that in perspective. That's cheaper than the Martin S1, it's cheaper than the Martin OX, it's much cheaper than the Kaweya KTS4 and KTS5 for all solid mahogany soprano ukulele. So I think the price is pretty amazing really. So 325 built by one man in the UK from Brazilian mahogany. Now that's the price for this one. You can't have this one because this is just one Rob built and he builds different things all the time. You could get in touch with him and ask him to build one in the same spec, or better still, you choose what wood you want and have it personalised to you. But what I'm saying is his prices just really are quite surprising. And when you think about it in that way, that it's cheaper than a Martin, even the entry-level Martin, it's terrific value for money. Not made in a factory. It's super light. I mean, when this arrived, the courier joked that he was delivering me an empty box because it was a big box, lots of padding inside, and it just felt like there was nothing in there. This is so light. Lovely balance to it, really nice. And because it's thin tone woods, wow, it's like a drum. It's so resonant, and I really like that. And because of that, it's got a real power to it. It's as loud as the Martin S1. It's as loud as the Kaweya KTS5, which is surprising. Tone-wise, though, I think it's much richer than the Martin S1. This is right up there with the Kaweya. That's the surprising thing. The Kaweya's costing about 570 quid. 325. I think this is on a par with it. I absolutely adore it. It's got a jangle. You know what, there's nothing wrong with that. This is right up there with some of the best sopranos I've played, whether it's the Brazilian mahogany, whether it's just the build quality, whether it's because it's so thin. I think it's all of those things. I adore it, absolutely adore it. Okay, you can't buy this one, but Rob makes lots. Speak to him, keep an eye on his website to see what he does make available on spec. The standard Sopilis, which I've played, are fabulous too, and that's what I've been looking at for some time, but this came up. You can spend less, you can spend more, you can go to town with your decoration, you can go really plain. He'll build it for you, but what I'm trying to put across here is it's a really, really good build, really light, really accurate, really beautiful. I think it looks really classy. The Tinguitar reclaimed mahogany soprano, made out of all solid reclaimed Brazilian mahogany, handmade in the UK. Highly, highly recommended. See you soon.